Alright everyone, with this week's update, we have a whole bunch of new events, and with new events comes new rewards. There's so much stuff that you can get this week, it is absolute insanity. So what I wanted to do is an overview of all these events so that you guys can make sure to get the most rewards from them as possible. So let's start off with the fact that there are actually two exchange shops that both opened up this week. The first one you can go to just by clicking on the exchange button to the left side of your screen right here, and this is going to be the Fireworks Festival exchange shop. However, there is another one as well, and it's going to require different resources. Now, to get to the other one, it is the Kamara Boss exchange shop. So click on this icon right here, and then go to exchange shop, and you'll see that it is a different one with a whole bunch of additional rewards. So I'll get back to this one in a second here because I want to talk about the Fireworks Festival event first. So of course, we've got the exchange shop, all the rewards that you can get. Now, the first important thing that I want to say about these is keep an eye on the number in blue here, because the infinite icon means that you can buy however many of them as you want up to the limit that the exchange shop sells. Not a big deal. You can always wait as long as you want to before the event ends to buy those, but importantly are the ones that have a limit in the blue icon. That means that you can only buy that many of them per day, which means you could not wait until the exchange shop is about to go away and the events are about to end in order to buy them all out. You want to start buying these out several days before the exchange shop goes away, because for example, if you were to wait until the very last day to buy your SSR pendants from the exchange shop, because you can only buy one of them per day and there are 6 of them in the event shop, you would end up missing out on 5 SSR pendants. So make sure you plan around this both in this exchange shop as well as the Kamara exchange shop. Go through and keep an eye on the items that do not have that infinite icon, because those ones are going to be limited to how many you can get each day. I know it's very important for the pendants, the SSR pendants, of course, the SR pendants, and I believe also the gems. You can actually get diamonds in this exchange shop, but once again, there is a limit. You can only get 3 of them per day. There's 15 total in the exchange shop, so if you were to wait until the last day, that would be tragic because you would lose out on 12 diamonds. So that's the first thing right there. Now, in terms of the currency for this actual exchange shop, well, the majority of it is going to actually come from one of these battle events. There's actually 3 new ones running right now, and if you take a look at the screen, this very top one right here, waiting for the fireworks. Now, if you click on this, it's going to be 3 new quests, and each of them has a daily limit of 3 times. Now, very importantly is that each of them has their own daily limit, so it's not like it's a shared total of only being able to run 3 of them total. You can actually run the easy one 3 times, then the normal one 3 times, then the hard one 3 times. It just so happens that I've done each one time before recording this video, but I don't want you to be confused by that. Now, taking a look at the rewards, of course, these are going to give you the materials that you need in order to buy stuff in the exchange shop. Now, also, besides just these quests, there's also a daily limit to the amount of materials that you're going to get, but these you can get from anywhere. So this is kind of like bonus materials, and it doesn't matter whether you are actually doing the Fireworks Festival quests, which give you, a heaping pile of these, right? You get so many of them. But these ones here, up to 25 runs, whatever content you're doing in the game pretty much is going to give you additional rewards for the exchange shop. So hopefully running these through 3 times each, as well as the daily limit of 25, should be enough of the fireworks materials to buy out all the important stuff that you want in the exchange shop. But, always prioritize the most important stuff first, and prioritize the stuff that has the daily limit so that you don't miss out. Now, another really important thing is make sure that you guys pay attention to these event achievements. I know it's really easy to just accidentally mess up and forget to end up doing one of these and then realize that it's too late. Like, one of them is just clear after using ultimate moves by 2 times. Well, if you're really high level and your units are very strong already, like especially on the easier difficulties, you might not be able to auto and get 2 ultimates off. So you might have to manual just to end up clearing a couple of these little achievements. Shouldn't really be too big of a deal. It's always a little bit of a thing that you have to kind of go through and double check when it comes to these battle events, but just a reminder, because that'll give you some extra diamonds when you can complete all of those little side objectives. So Waiting for the fireworks is the big one, but we also have a couple of other ones here as well. Find the escape. This one is just going to give you the enhancement stones, brown enhancement stones, more of your fireworks if you haven't reached the daily limit yet. Same thing, you know, go through, make sure that you complete the achievements properly. This one does not have a daily limit, by the way. And then the last one is the Hawk's Baby Book. This one does actually give you awakening stones, so probably want to make sure that you're checking this off on your list of things to do each day for those 5-star awakening stones, or at least a chance at them anyway. And this one is going to have a daily limit count of 3 once again. So same thing with the achievements. The most important of these, though, is that top one for those fireworks, so that you can end up clearing the event shop. But, you know, while you're here, might as well clear all the battle events that we have going right now. So alright, that is everything related to the first exchange shop. Now let's talk about the rewards from the Kamara boss, because there's 2 sets of rewards here. Now the first one is going to be rewards from the exchange shop, and there's actually 3 different types of currency that you can use in this exchange shop: in growth 1, in growth 2, and in special. And you can see that each of the growths is going to use a different color crystal. Now all of these are going to come from the Kamara boss raid. Now you'll see here, if you click on the reward screen, it is a lower chance to end up getting the purple crystals compared to the red crystals, and then the green crystals are going to have the highest drop rate. What this means is that you really want to make sure, because there's a lot of stuff to get in the exchange shop, you want to maximize the amount of crystals and rewards that you end up getting from the Kamara boss encounter. You really want to make sure that you're running this 3 times a day, and I would really try to push for running this on the hell difficulty all 3 times as well. Now, the good news is this encounter is not as difficult as you might expect for, you know, the hardest difficulty setting. It's much easier than pretty much all of the final boss encounters that we've had. 120,000 combat class. You know, just as an example, I was able to go through and run it with just my regular farming team without too much of a problem. But hopefully you guys are able to use a lot of the units that you already have to be able to clear this. But I really would push for running it on the highest difficulty, specifically for the actual crystals, because if you look at the lower difficulty settings, you'll see you are not going to get as many of those crystals. You only get 50-ish of the green ones, 28 and 2, and then on the hard difficulty you only get 30, 16 and 1. And because you are limited to only being able to run this 3 times per day, and there's so much stuff in the exchange shop, you know, you want to maximize the amount of crystals that you get. Now, the good news is, I know that the drop rate for the purple crystals is really low. I got really lucky in my first run, and I got a couple of them, but you can end up trading the lower tier crystals for the higher tier crystals, because you're probably going to get a whole bunch of those, so don't feel bad. You're not going to miss out on rewards if you get bad RNG. As long as you maximize the amount of crystals that you can get, you should be able to get all the important stuff that you are looking for. Now, the other side of the scale here is the rewards that come from the gauge, the challenge clear, this right here. And these are going to be points that you end up getting by clearing the encounter. And the maximum rewards is at 1,500 points. So you should actually have no problem getting to 1,500 points and getting all these rewards, even if you end up missing out on some of the actual points. The crystals are more important than the actual points. I'll say that again. The crystals that you get from the drops are more important than the actual points for completion. And if you take a look here, the base amount of points that you get is something like 50, and then you get an extra 25 if you use 4 ultimate moves or less, and an extra 30 if nobody dies. Don't feel too bad if you do some runs and some of your units die and you don't get the full points. If you're running this 3 times every day on hell difficulty, you'll easily pass up the 1,500 points that you need. Whereas the crystals, that's really the limited resource, and you want to make sure to get as many of those as you possibly can. So that's pretty much everything related to the Kamara boss. There's a couple of other little things as well. And we actually got a really cool event. I think this is the first time that we've had this, and that is the gold buyback event. Not gems, this one is for gold. And the final reward is for spending 7 million gold. Absolutely make sure that you guys do this before it goes away. Absolutely worth it. The rewards from this are absolutely incredible. I think they're arguably even better than the rewards that we got from the gem buyback event. And this one, you don't have to spend gems, you only have to spend gold. Now, another thing about it is you have a full 2 weeks in order to do this. You can see that the ending date is August 18th, so shouldn't really have too much of a problem spending 7 million gold in 2 weeks. Just make sure to do it not only for the 150 anvils, the 3 SSR pendants, the 9 5-star awakening stones. You're also going to get some engraving stones there for that final reward as well. So absolutely worth it. And to boot, with everything that we have, we also have an increase to the rewards that we get from our just plain old regular dailies. You can see here they are boosted a little bit. You know, you should be doing these anyway, but if you guys are maybe a little bit more casual and there's some days that you don't complete all your dailies, I would lean more towards trying to do them now, because we do have a boost to the rewards that we get from those. So you guys can see here, we have got a lot of stuff going on this week. Tons of rewards, tons of events. I love weeks like this because there's just so much to do and so much that you can get out of it. So I hope that you guys are able to take advantage of everything I was able to tell you to get as many of the rewards as you possibly can. With that being said, though, that's going to be it for the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and if you did and you want more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave a quick like as well. It means more than you can imagine, so thank you so much to all of you who decide to do that. And more Grand Cross Global videos should be popping up on the screen right about now, or in the suggested videos to your right or below. More guides, tutorials, and fun videos just like this on the channel. Over 100 Grand Cross videos out there as well. Feel free to check them out, but if not, until next time, take care everyone, and this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.